Alright guys, so here's the next breakdown of selling things. It's pretty much most of the trucks I did. I am missing a few videos for some reason, I'm not sure why. But until I make my next sale slash trade, this will have to do for now. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the show. Peace. Now we got the this 92 F-150. This was a very short-lived truck. Owned it for a week and then traded to my buddy up north for a turned out to be a waste of money. 88 Mustang. I did throw that little cheap little light bar on top as a joke. It did last the entire trip, which is pretty nice. This thing had a inline 6, which is a goddamn legend. I mean, I drove this thing an hour up north in traffic, and once I got there, I realized, oh shit, I had no water in the system. The water pump had died, and the car did not give two shits. Now, it had a reasonably good interior on it. It was a work truck. I did do some upgrades to it. Again, these are old photos, so I've kind of lost a bunch of them. The plates never changed. They're actually up on my wall right now. I just have no real reason to do anything with them. But this truck was a great thing. It was a manual. The rest was manageable. It had a shitty paint job. But my buddy John used it for a while, up until it broke, and then he kind of said, no one wants to buy it. That's where I was at one. But again, this thing was a great little beater truck. He liked it, his dogs liked it. It did not have an actual key that had a flip switch, which was interesting. I still don't like push button cars. Switches equally as much, but it is what it is. It worked out, and it's that trusty little inline 6. I think it was a 300 CI. Yeah, this one's a trade, which ended up being the starter for my townhouse rebuild. Yeah, that's into that one. So next up is the 97 Dodge Ram. Now, unfortunately, I lost some of the photos for this one, but this is the $500 plow truck I picked up. Sold a snow plow for 400 bucks, and drove it around base for a while. This thing, when I first got it, had no brakes. Had to replace the Pitman arm and steering column. This is why the wheels look so fucked up here. Fun times. But this is a fun little that was actually the first truck I picked up. This is the donor car I picked up for it as well. Swapped out the interior. Didn't fully match, but whatever. I also didn't like the cap on it, so I dumped it on the red one. Fun story. So the red one, I ended up trading for my rug doctor, which was a great investment. I'm actively using that every single time I work on a car. So that one's gone. There's the Crown Vic in all three cars right there. That was my first fleet out here. But I put brand new tires on it, brand new brake lines, replaced the back bumper, which you'll see here. Again, I'm missing a lot of the old photos, but you'll see the old back bumper like towards the end of this. But this truck was pretty damn good, I gotta say. I loved it. And I need money, so she had to get sold. She had a nice V8. She was very reliable. I did have a hard time putting the right door on there, because this one was a bit fucked up in the hinges. Ended up fixing the hinges. There's the old bumper. Look how shot that thing was. Oof. I felt so bad for that back bumper. Ended up sawzalling it, but yeah, that's the end of that one. That one was a great truck. Sold it for like $2 grand. I don't trade it. Correction, I traded this one. This one was traded for that Mustang I had. But yeah, that's the end of that. So next up is the 98 K1500 Silverado. This one I am partially upset about. So this one I got in a trade for the two Mustangs I had. The 60s Mustangs I had. Because Lincoln Military out here is a pain in the butt. Complained. Had to get rid of it. But this thing had so much potential to be a great vehicle. I'm pretty sure it still is somewhere out there. But I got it from my buddy. Traded him the two Mustangs for it. He ended up rebuilding the tile for me, which that's a whole another debacle. But this thing was a great running truck. 5.4. I'm trying to remember. But he took out the entire interior, cleaned it. This thing had the best smelling interior I've ever seen in my life. Very minimal rust. It's mostly surface. Ended up having an oil leak. I tried to do the front main seal, but it was bad timing. I couldn't get it done. This is where you see I have it opened up. I never got a chance to finish it. Time came where my wife was coming in, and I'm not gonna have a dead vehicle in the driveway for too long with her here, so I'm like, all right, let's outsell it. It's like not running for $3,000. It was a 4x4, so the guy got a pretty good deal on this one. I mean, it had low mileage. Let's see, what was it? It was 156, was it? I can't read it in the picture, but I'm pretty sure someone can. But it was so nice. I had so many plans. I was gonna drive it home, drive it around. I actually got towed once. I had it at the gas station, left it there, and then during a storm, they towed the vehicle out of there. I couldn't reach out to them in time, so they towed it. I had to pay for it. I was on due the day before. I was pretty pissed off. This is the only problem the car had was the drooping headliner, which could have been easily fixed. But yeah, this thing was just so much wasted potential. I mean, the interiors, and I mean, looking back at these photos, I mean, you can see, oh yeah, one of the regulators quit. I was trying to fix that, but the older style was a bit more of a pain in the butt. Again, never got it done. Here's the last photo I took of it. Took the plates off it, and sent it down the line. But yeah, I feel bad about this one. This one could have been so good. I mean, the Linux bed was still good. There's not really a bad mark on this car. My 04 Silverado is still a pretty good one. I'm actually in the middle of trading that one. We'll see that video probably in here in this clip as well. But oh, my dog is sleeping over there. You can see all the stuff being pulled out of the car in this photo. This thing was so well cleaned by my buddy. I mean, you can see the rims are different here. It's like the older style. I put the newer style on later on. But just so much wasted potential. But that's where I'll leave it this one. About $3,000 profit. Quickly got out of there and bought something else and paid off some debt. On to the next one. Alright, next up is the 04 Silverado. Now, this one I got in the trade for the Escalade, and it had some problems. Come right off the bat. Leakings from everywhere, the rust was bad. I mean, those chrome on the wheel wells, it's just fucking ugly. Headlights were fogged. It was just not fully there for me. Now, this one I spent some good money on, because I was going to keep this thing forever. Up until it died. But then things started changing. So, first up I replaced the front bumper. I hated that rust mark, so I got rid of that. Then I replaced the headlights first, then I replaced the bumpers. Here's the first picture of this thing with its ugly mud rims. This thing made a god-awful noise in the highway. I ended up doing a trade for trade with a guy who had some stockies, so that worked out pretty well. Here's another shot of them. Again, they're not just dirty, they're ugly dirty. It did come with a second set of muds, which I took a while to sell. They went away for like $200. Yeah, here are the other ones. It's like a goddamn flower. Ugh. But put some money into it, upgrade the radio, upgrade the mirrors, put some great tow mirrors on this thing, which had backup and lighting, and I mean, look how nice that looks. Again, you still see it has the rest of that bumper here that'll be gone soon. But this thing was lifted up with a, I forgot the name of the brand name, but it had some Bilstein shocks and some, I can't remember what the other brand was, in the back. The rust in that rear rocker rear bed was horrible. Actually, a giant chunk of that fell out on the highway. I remember hearing it hit the wheel and just bounce off. There are the new headlights. Look how much nicer that looks. They still are nice. And then I did the tail lights and I did the bed light, because you can't just do one set of lights. You have to do the entire thing, make the truck look a lot better. I mean, look how nice that looks. I mean, just having the cool little, and then there, just the little, I guess call it a half a C. This looks so good on that. And the bed light. Again, that back bumper was horrible. That thing fought me tooth and nail worse. Equally as bad as the 97 Dodge Ram did. Ugh. And here's the most current photos I have of it. The brand new bumper, new headlights, never replaced that badge, the tow mirrors, the new wheel arches there. Didn't really do much of anything with this, but you can see a wire in the dash cam, which I don't think I have a photo of that one. But I also replaced the headliner because the original one was drooping on my head and it pissed me off. I got lucky and found a GMC Sierra, which had a cherry one, which I ended up slapping in there. I might include a little snip of that one, because I got lucky. This thing was had some mice home in there. Ugh, I hate to find that, but you know, look how much nicer that looks. The stock rims, it really is a pretty truck, and I'm sad to let go, but it's going for an equally nice truck. It's a two-wheel drive. You'll hopefully see that in the near future once I pick it up. There's a new back bumper there. That came off of a Tahoe, believe it or not. I had to trim that. The Flowmaster exhausts were amazing in it. And, well, now it's having an oil pan and all the other stuff done to it. Oh well. Little 03 Sierra gave up her headliner today. It's just about cherry. Unfortunately, while this side of her bed is in damn good shape, except for a few rust spots, the other side's much worse. I'm tempted to take these, I really am. I might just do that. Oh well. Okay, ghost leaves. Leaves are dead, but for some reason still want to float there and piss me off. Jesus Christ. Well, let's hope they don't haunt my car. And they're gone.